Welcome to Wading into Retirement. I'm Mike.
And I'm Laura.
And we have a short intro today to our video. Today's video is about grocery shopping in Mexico.
Yes, we were just recently at San Miguel de Allende, and we thought it would be interesting to check out the local opportunities to get food and where the best deals would be, especially for our money. And we were staying at an Airbnb that had a fully functioning kitchen. We didn't make use of it other than for a cup of coffee, because we will also be sharing with you some of the restaurants that we also went to. But it was quite an experience and not what I expected going into it. How about you? What did you think?
Yeah, I mean, the tours will follow. We are going to take you through a market, kind of like a chain store. So it's called City Market. And it was very surprising. So it was upscale shopping from a grocery perspective. And it had more than groceries. It had housewares and a whole bunch of things. So we'll show you that. That was a surprise. And then we go to a local Mercado, which was really what I traditionally expected when I was thinking about grocery shopping in San Miguel de Allende.
Yes.
So some of the pros and cons. I think as we said, we were really pleased with the big supermarket. It's called City Market. I think it was more easily accessible. So it was along one of the main roads. Tons of parking. You could get in and out easily. Of course, they had your grocery carts you could push. So all the things that you would probably be accustomed to if you were either in the United States, Canada, or even Europe, for that matter. And what did you think about the selection at City Market?
I was quite impressed because we've been using a keto diet. So first thing on my list was, what do they have as far as a selection for keto, especially snacks, since that's where we seem to struggle the most in trying to find snacks during the day to eat. With City Market, they also had their own brand, similar to what we would see in Canada for some of the bigger chains having theirs. Like Farm Boy has its own brand, even President's Choice for Loblaws, and was it Food Basics?
Yeah. So
that part really impressed me. And they had several different choices of everything, like everything, barbecue sauces, and we'll show you the coffee, but that was just a small selection, and it was massive. It was pretty much the size of a good-sized Costco.
Yeah. And I think the downside, because it had all the selection and a lot of it was familiar selections, like brand names we were familiar with, you have that level of comfort, which I guess is a pro. But on the con side, that's all imported. And I'm sure, well, I'm positive it was much pricier than the local market options.
That's very true. The other thing, though, it was really clean. So if you're a germaphobe or you get a little bit nervous when you see food kind of sitting out in the open air, because we're not used to that. Everything here in Canada, pretty much, unless you go to your local butcher, comes in a shrink wrap. So that also, I don't know whether you would see it as a pro or a con. I guess it just depends on what you're comfortable with. I couldn't believe how clean and shiny the floors were. Everything was on one level. So if you had any accessibility issues, you would definitely be able to manage City Place. But at the Mercado, you know, there was a step up or a step down. There was different levels as you went through the market itself. So if you did have any problems with stairs or length of time, you know, to be on your feet, there's no way you could get a wheelchair through there. And even
at the local market.
And you would have to take like bags or a basket too. So you're purchasing what you can manage on that day.
I think the local market is more, today I'm going to make chicken and rice as an example. So you go down to the local market with a little bag and you buy some chicken and some rice. It's not a let's go there now and we're going to shop for the entire week. It's not that kind of shopping experience. Where our City Market, the larger supermarket, was like that. I think that's the sort of place you would go every Sunday morning, as we did, and pick up everything that you needed for the week and lug it all back home and put it in the fridge and the freezer. So interestingly, some of the locals that we talked to, specifically our taxi driver back to the airport, he was sharing some of those pros and cons with us. So he was saying the local market is a lot cheaper. There's actually a lot of food to be eaten at the local market, which we didn't partake.
Oh, the churros, though, they look good.
Yeah, but the next time I would. So you'll see in the tour,
Not keto.
there's a lot of people sitting on stools in front of little food stands as part of the market. And my understanding is that was a whole lot cheaper than eating out in restaurants like we did. And all of the food there was a whole lot cheaper.
It was, and very fresh, a lot of fresh flowers that I have to admit, I thought the flowers were beautiful. We saw a lot of people actually walking back with them. I think another downside to the Mercado, as our driver had said, was the accessibility of actually getting there.
Yeah.
So the streets are very narrow. It is not designed for a lot of vehicles, especially the bigger vehicles, and parking is definitely at a premium, and you would definitely have to walk a distance to try and, you know, lug your groceries back and forth. I also didn't see things like paper towels or, you know, cleaning products. And I think City Market would offer those, but you're close enough to Querétaro. You would probably do a monthly jaunt, I think, to the Costco or the bigger chain mall.
So I guess in summary, it's not a lot different than home. If you want convenience, you go to a big box store, everything is there, big carts, one-stop shopping, and you pay for that experience. And if you want to get the best piece of chicken at one spot and the best piece of beef at another, then you're going to drive around town and probably struggle to find parking in little parking lots. And so very, very similar in that regard.
The big difference from home here, though, is we have local markets out in the smaller hamlets, if you will, and they are at a premium. Like the prices are very, very high. Well, not very, very, but they are higher compared to like your local Loblaws. I'm not sure that you have that experience necessarily. Like you do have the convenience stores like we have here that carry quite a selection, but you don't have some of the smaller IGAs, if you will, that are in the smaller communities.
Yeah, that's true. Well, let's get to the video. It was a very interesting experience for us. We hope that you enjoy our tour through both the chain supermarket experience in San Miguel as well as the local Mercado. So we hope you enjoy, and please subscribe.
And we welcome your feedback, especially if you also have similar experiences when you've been traveling and what you have found that you do to manage your budget. When we do go, we will be on a budget because we will be retired. So we're trying to keep that in mind to manage our money and get the best value. And I think it would be a blend of both of these. So yes, hit subscribe and take a tour with us.
So welcome to City Market. This is gorgeous. I have to admit, the floors are beautiful. Everything is very well laid out. You have fresh fruit as you walk in. You can get juice and salads to go. This is just like being back home. Let's check it out. We're here to look for some coffee, and we'll do a comparison of the regular markets as we make our way to the artist.
You have organics, as you can see to your right. Your Greek yogurt, multiple selections of it, which is just again like back home. Great for the dogs. Lots of juice. And the Philadelphia cream cheese for our keto diet. And look at the fish. Look at the squid. Look at crab.
looks gorgeous. And they have my selection of tea. Love it. Cookies. It makes it so much easier to see all of the familiar brands as well as the English phrases. And we're coming up on the coffee. I would like to try maybe a more local brand. There's Houseland, there's Dark Roast. So much to choose from. And there's the City Market. I think we should probably try the City Market brand. Your thoughts, Michael?
Yeah, let's go with the local City Market.
Like, you look at the prices too. Like these ones are $89, $88. This one's a lot more expensive. It's decaffeinated, so we'll avoid that one. Just very interesting, the different costs as well. So the City Market brand looks to be the more high-end. So we went with the City Market brand. It's 189 pesos, and Mike will give you the conversion below. It smells good. It's got the seal. We are coffee aficionados, and want to make sure we get a good cup and do some in our Airbnb for the next group. Good.
Stuff.
Housewares. It's amazing. Everything you can get at your grocery store here. It looks like they even have fine dining, and I'm wondering if they are having classes or a bar just to tasting.
And let's head over to the vino section.
Do you want to get wine here? Oh, it's all roped off. Can't buy it on a Sunday maybe. One more now. Or from 9. You cannot buy it until 9 o'clock, which is half hour from now. So we'll have to come back to get one. For anybody watching Bridgerton, the music in the background is very reminiscent. They look gorgeous. These two. Very cool. You should go down to the patisserie section for my sister who is a baker extraordinaire. It's beautiful. And we should head over to the touristy area. We wouldn't have one of these back home, but it's incredible. I guess we're going to look at the sweets. Michael, and your breads and cereals. I don't think any of these are keto friendly. I wish. Very similar to our trip to Cozumel, where we would often go and pick up a couple of these for a light snack or even lunch. The key there was to get them early because they're a very popular item. Beautiful selection of fruit. It's so nice and clean in here. Very impressed with that. So the green tomatoes are 34 pesos, and the onions 25. So the smaller bun size, that was 380 pesos. And you can see the biggest one, 6,000 pesos. So I just had my first shopping experience at City Market. Not great with the Mexican peso money, but we did get our little tiny bottle of Gatorade for our walk as well as our coffee to replace, and it came to just a little over 202 pesos. Am so impressed with the cleanliness, the selection. It has everything from fine dining as well as, you're able to pick up something that's made fresh daily for your lunch. The fruit, no flies, like it just even the floors were beautiful. It wasn't very busy, probably because it is Sunday morning and you aren't able to buy your vino until after 9 o'clock, I believe it said. So that would be another 30 minutes from now. So we'll try and go to another market just to give an idea of what the differences are and try and figure out where we would be shopping the most. I think we would definitely do a once a week haul somewhere like here for the brands that we're used to at home, especially the keto supplies, which I really liked, and that fish and seafood looked amazing, that I would just love to take some of that home with us. Mike was really stuck on the floral and the fauna with the bonsai trees. Some were the biggest that I think that we've seen and haven't seen back home. So very good experience, and it was probably a 25-35 minute walk from where we are staying. So we may want to take a taxi to and from if we didn't bring our car.
Go ahead.
Hi, welcome again to Waiting in Retirement. I'm Laura and Mike is operating the camera. So we're down at the local market, which is about a 5-minute walk from the paroquia. You can buy everything here. We have piñatas behind Mike, we've got local produce, and we've just walked through a beautiful selection of flowers with gladiolas and roses. Flowers seem to be very big here, especially it is Dominguez, it's Sunday. Saw a lot of people walking with bouquets, which is just really, really nice. Everybody's very friendly again, says hello, lets people pass through. Very nice to see.
Hola.
Very nice.
Very good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.